this world, there are straight men who do not like women. I'm gonna explain. Let me cook. Just let me cook. I asked in the football locker room once. I said, "Hey, bros, like, what's something that y'all like about women that's not sexual or physical or any of that shit?" Crickets. So then they tried to flip it. They tried to ask me the same question. I said, okay, I feel like women are nurturers. I feel like you can let your guard down a lot around women. I feel like you can be a lot softer around women. You ain't got to be on no tough guy, macho man shit all day. I feel like it's amazing hearing the female's perspective for once. You feel me? Like they sense of humor is a lot different. It's so many reasons that I can go on and on about why I like women, right? And like then on the internet, right, we see podcasts all the time, multiple podcasts, and the hosts, they whole topic of discussion is just degrading women and just saying how horrible females are and why men need to put their guard up and protect themselves. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, do y'all like, and I don't know the name for it. I feel like we can all kind of connect and we can agree that there is a name for it. I'm not gonna say it, but it's just very, very weird. We can just call it weird. That's why I be thrown off. Like when a motherfucker say like, "Oh, Mason, you a lover boy," I be like, "How are you not?" Like, damn, like you don't like your girl? Like, what the fuck? Like, how don't you like your girl? So I personally, I don't want to put a name to it. You feel me? I don't want to get canceled, but I just want to say, don't ignore the signs. Like any guy that gets a thrill out of degrading women, any guy that runs under his boys the moment after he get done doing some sexual shit with a girl, and he goes to them to get the satisfaction and the validation for whatever the shit he did, it's a name for that shit. And I'm gonna just label it weird. Yeah.
Ask a question. What makes people likable? This has nothing to do with gender. What makes people likable? So if you are able to figure that out or Google that or whatever you're going to do to find out what makes people likable, it will answer most of your questions. Genuine, what makes people likable? Not because maybe you're closer to somebody or they are your friend. No, what makes somebody likable? You walk in a room, maybe within minutes, some people will like you. You don't have to do anything because you're a man, you're a female. No, some people just are likable. What makes people likable? So this guy says heterosexual men don't like women. And that will start answering your question because you start thinking in the lines of honest, genuine, making other people feel important, caring about other people, and all those traits. Now, when you look at the women out there, the modern women out there, do they possess that? Or they are the kind that will leave you in a worse situation than you were before you met them. So that should answer your question mostly. So outside of the sexual relation, do men really like women? Heterosexual men, do they really like women? Why is it that maybe gay men relate more with women on that level, non-sexual level? Why is it like that? I think maybe we can answer his question or what he's saying here, guys. What do you think? Let me see your comments in the comment section on this.
A lot of heterosexual men don't like women for real. They don't. They like women sexually, but they don't like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. So then when we get into why a lot of men womanize or why it's just they're minimizing a woman based off of who she slept with or who she potentially can sleep for, it because it's like you haven't gained the appreciation of the wholeness of a woman yet and what that wholeness of a woman can bring to your life. A lot of times we'll talk about strength and we'll say men are stronger than women. But that's because we value physical strength. We're not talking about emotional strength, spiritual strength. Yeah. We're not talking about the type of strength that can run a household. And we're not putting that same type of weight. And what I would encourage, and this was the shift that I had to do, is I had to start liking the wholeness of a woman outside of sex. And then when you do that, now you appreciate the things a complete woman can bring to your life. When we talk about the Bible talks about finding a capable wife, right? That capable wife, that person that if you was to stumble, can pick up the ball and start running. And there's a lot of men that have just a wife because they was only concerned about what she can do in the bed. Yeah. And so what I'm just encouraging men to do is just like, and it's for our own benefit because a lot of us, especially men with some type of means, we end up finding a dependent, not a partner. Yeah, she can fuck us good, But if you was able to stumble, bro, what the fuck is gonna happen with your family? And so I just encourage men to be, I'm not gonna say more, because that's unrealistic to a lot of men, but as attracted to what she brings as a feminine energy to your life outside of just what you're doing in between.
Check this out. So to that point,
Most of the women's strengths, you can get them if you are married to them. Can you get them when you're dating? No, you're not going to fully get them when they appreciate. You can only appreciate, or they can only do so much for you if you are married to them. And again, at the same time, you see, the world has really changed so much that maybe you find that maybe by the time you find a woman that you want to marry, that woman has had so many sexual connections. Yeah, you know, sometimes maybe they've gone through so much for them to be genuine, likable, so sweet to you. You find that by the time you're the last guy that she's passing all that frustration she's held or she's had. I have a lot of friends who are married right now, and I'll tell you that sometimes maybe after work, these men, they don't go straight home. They don't want to go straight home. Maybe they'll come up with certain routine in their day just to distract themselves, or for them to just maybe get home when they are tired, they only want to eat and sleep. I haven't yet seen a man to say, oh, you know what, I'm rushing to go home and spend more time with my wife. They do it, yes, but they do it to say, oh, you know what, I think I need to make wife happy. I need to do something for her she feels happy. It's not that you are doing it for yourself. They are doing it for the woman to be happy, for their wife to be happy. But they are not doing it to say, no, it's going to make me happy. What does it tell you now? Does it explain to say men, heterosexual men, like women so much? They love them. That's the reason why they take care of them. You know, their responsibility, that's love for a man. If you're able to take care of your family, be there, protect them, provide financially, and help your woman maybe do what she wants to do, help, be a supportive partner, that's love. I'm just saying it, guys. What do you think? I think I've talked too much.
The only reason why men are even relevant to a lot of women is because a lot of women don't have money and think that they need to go through men to get money and resources and protection. You don't. I'll tell you that. You don't. I make a lot of money. I make a lot of money. You don't. You don't. It's ghetto. It's much more ghetto once you're no longer in survival mode. Go make that money. Move your focus and your nurture and your love away from that man and move it towards money. And all of a sudden, the abundance that's going to flow in is going to be remarkable. Okay? You're going to be a little bit more patient. You're going to have to be a little patient and consistent. But once that money starts to flow, holy shit, you're like, what the ew. Ew. What type of trick was I falling for? It's beyond the circus. It's
To some extent, I think you can see even women also feel the same way. If you are a man and you can't provide for your woman, your wife, they will no longer really appreciate and respect you. So it all shows that there's some level to it, like some transactional level. To some extent, it's a little bit transactional. You understand? I don't remember I'm misusing the words here, but what do you all think, guys? Let me know what you think and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.